Psilocybin therapy now available in Germany, a medical breakthrough for depression. In a groundbreaking move, Germany has approved the use of psilocybin therapy for treatment-resistant depression outside of clinical trials. This marks a significant milestone, as it's the first time such treatment will be available in a real-world setting in the European Union. The OVID Clinic Berlin, a specialized treatment center, is now part of an officially approved compassionate use program for psilocybin therapy. This program is not a replacement for formal approval of the drug, and demand is expected to far exceed capacity. But here's where it gets controversial. While many celebrate this as a major advancement in mental health treatment, others argue that more research is needed before making psilocybin so widely accessible. What do you think? Should psilocybin therapy be more readily available, or should we proceed with caution? Let us know in the comments. Germany approves psilocybin therapy for treatment-resistant depression, a new hope for mental health. In a groundbreaking move, Germany is set to embrace the potential of psychedelic therapy for those battling severe depression. Amid a global surge in interest towards psychedelic medicine, Germany's health authorities have decided to permit certain individuals with treatment-resistant depression to explore psilocybin therapy. This decision marks a pivotal moment, as it's the first instance within the European Union where psilocybin, the psychoactive substance found in magic mushrooms, will be accessible through a compassionate use program. This program is designed to offer patients suffering from serious or life-threatening conditions access to medications not yet formally approved. In Germany, the prescription of psilocybin will be restricted to justified exceptional cases, as stated by the Central Institute of Mental Health, CIMH, which spearheaded the initiative for regulatory approval. This is a crucial advancement that broadens our treatment possibilities, commented Dr. Gerhard Grunder, leader of the Molecular Neuroimaging Department at CIMH. He emphasized that psilocybin therapy could be a viable and ethical treatment option under stringent control and meticulous medical oversight. Depression affects a significant portion of the population, yet traditional treatments fail to help about 20% to 30% of those affected, according to CIMH. Research indicates that psilocybin has potential as an alternative treatment, potentially enhancing brain connectivity and reducing persistent self-focus and rumination. Insights supported by scientists in both the UK and the US. However, the reliability of studies on psychedelic drugs has been a point of contention among critics. The interest in psychedelic treatments, including psilocybin and MDMA, for mental health conditions like depression, anxiety, addiction, and PTSD, is on the rise. This is reflected in Germany's Federal Institute for Drugs and Medical Devices, BfArM, recent approval. Just earlier this month, the Czech Republic also sanctioned the medical use of psilocybin for similar conditions. Moreover, the first EU-funded trial on psychedelic medicines was launched last year, aiming to determine if psilocybin can reduce anxiety and depression in patients with progressive diseases such as multiple sclerosis, MS, and amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS. Other clinical trials continue across Europe, including in Germany, though full approval for psilocybin might still be years away. In the interim, the Psychedelic Access and Research European Alliance, PAREA, a non-profit advocacy group, argues that compassionate use programs can provide valuable real-world data and make these treatments available to patients who cannot wait for full approval. CIMH anticipates a high demand for Germany's limited access scheme, drawing parallels to Switzerland, where demand significantly outstrips supply. We must therefore continue to work on integrating psychedelics like psilocybin into standard care for mental health treatments, Grinder added. But here's where it gets controversial. Can the benefits of psychedelic therapy truly outweigh the risks, especially in a clinical setting? And this is the part most people miss. The potential for psychedelics to revolutionize mental health care hinges not just on clinical outcomes, but also on changing societal attitudes towards these substances. What do you think? Could this be the future of mental health treatment? Or are we treading into too risky a territory? Feel free to share your thoughts and join the discussion below. Germany's groundbreaking psilocybin compassionate access program. Breaking news! Germany breaks new ground with psilocybin access program. In a groundbreaking move, Germany has become the first European Union country to grant legal access to a psychedelic substance, specifically psilocybin, under certain conditions, even before it receives official regulatory approval. This compassionate use program, approved by the Federal Institute for Drugs and Medical Devices, BfArM, allows two specialized clinics, the Central Institute of Mental Health, CIMH, and the OVID Clinic Berlin, to offer psilocybin treatment to adults suffering from treatment-resistant depression, TRD. The demand for this innovative treatment is expected to far exceed the capacity of these clinics. Psychiatrists at these facilities will admit qualified patients to receive Filament Health's botanical psilocybin candidate, PEX-010, as part of a comprehensive psychiatric care protocol. Psychedelic Alpha had the opportunity to speak with Gerhard Grinder, the mastermind behind this successful application and the leader of the compassionate use program rollout. Grinder shared his insights into this exciting development. Germany joins the compassionate use movement. This new compassionate use program in Germany shares similarities with existing pathways in Switzerland and Canada, where patients can access certain psychedelics under exceptional circumstances. In Switzerland, a non-EU European country, a system was established in 2014 to allow the legal use of psilocybin, MDMA, and LSD in specific situations. While these substances remain unapproved, physicians can apply for exceptional authorization on a case-by-case basis from the Federal Office of Public Health. In Canada, healthcare practitioners can also apply for exceptional use permits. However, the administrative burden and lack of infrastructure have limited the uptake of psychedelic therapies, according to Health Canada data. Interestingly, approval rates have significantly dropped between 2022 and 2024. While Germany's program shares some similarities with these countries, it also has unique features that set it apart. What makes Germany's psilocybin program stand out? One key distinction is the decision-making process. Unlike other systems where regulatory bodies make the final call, Germany's program empowers licensed psychiatrists at the two sites to decide whether a patient should be included in the program. Grunder emphasized, this decision cannot be made by any formal regulatory or governmental authority. While psychiatrists make patient participation decisions, Grunder remains the responsible person overseeing the program. This approach eliminates the need to wait for individual patient approvals from regulatory authorities, a significant improvement over other programs. It empowers healthcare professionals to make timely decisions, streamlining the patient journey and removing bureaucratic bottlenecks. Additionally, Grunder explained that permission doesn't need to be sought for every single dose. Our protocol allows us to repeat the treatment in case of non-response to a first dose or to maintain the treatment effect, he said. The protocol, provided to BfArM, includes very strict rules, especially regarding safety monitoring. For example, the dosing session will be monitored by 2 trained healthcare professionals, including a physician. Grunder emphasized that these rules cannot be changed or relaxed. For now, the program is limited to CIMH and OVID. But there's an option to expand to more sites in the future. Grinder mentioned that they are assuming a lot of interest from other sites, but emphasize that they must qualify according to specific criteria communicated to the authorities. In terms of patient eligibility, patients with TRD, those who have not responded to at least 2 classical antidepressants administered for sufficient duration and dose, must demonstrate that participating in a psilocybin trial is not an option. While Grinder didn't share specific inclusion and exclusion criteria, he assured that they are generally more flexible than in clinical studies, out of concern for patient safety. Accessibility and affordability. One of the most exciting aspects of this program is its potential to be more accessible and affordable than other pre-approval access programs. Grunder explained that the drug itself has to be provided to patients for free under the program's terms, and the treatment will be part of an overall treatment plan that includes general psychiatric care at both facilities. It will therefore be covered by the patient's health insurance, he added. The group is also interested in scientific monitoring and data collection beyond the detailed reports they are obligated to provide to the authorities. In addition to various psychometric scales to measure outcomes, there will also be site-specific accompanying research, including imaging studies at CIMH. We are very interested in sharing these data, Grunder emphasized. A partnership for progress. CIMH and OVID, led by Gerhard Grunder, are well-equipped to spearhead this groundbreaking effort. OVID's medical director Grunder oversaw the first phase 2 study of psilocybin for TRD in Germany, and its close affiliate, the Mind Foundation, runs a psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy training program. The EPICOD phase 2 study, which received millions of euros in government funding from the Federal Ministry of Education and Research, BfArM, is a testament to their expertise. OVID has also provided innovative treatments, including ketamine-assisted psychotherapy, under the medical direction of Andrea Jungaberli and Grunder. Grunder is also the head of the Department of Molecular Neuroimaging at CIMH, a leading institution in innovative mental health treatments. For Filament Health, this program is an opportunity to prove its capabilities and the quality of its product, PEX 010. They won't charge patients in Germany for their psilocybin candidate, at least initially. CEO Ben Lightburn explained that charging relatively minimal amounts to patients is not worth it while the numbers remain small. And it doesn't feel right given the plight of eligible patients under these systems. Filament Health has always supported safe and regulated access to psychedelics, Lightburn said, adding that the authorization affirms not just this commitment, but also our team's regulatory and logistical expertise. He continued, "It has been a pleasure working with the sponsoring team at ZI Mannheim, and we look forward to close collaboration on the rollout of this program. While this is not a full drug approval for PEX 010 in Germany, it represents patient and provider needs in this area. The bigger picture, Germany's move to allow access to psychedelics outside the traditional marketing authorization pathway is a significant development." Our editor, Josh Hardman, had previously wondered if the ambition to create access pathways to psychedelics like psilocybin, as seen in the Czech Republic, might spread to more profitable markets in the EU, such as Germany. He questioned whether this could lead psychedelic pharma to lobby against such moves, similar to how certain companies have sought to slow the roll on state legal psychedelics programs in the US. However, Germany's approach might not pose a significant threat to psychedelic drug developers. If psilocybin were to be approved for TRD in the country, authorities might deem the current expanded access route unnecessary and close it. Indeed, Grunder anticipates the program being closed in the case of market approval, as it is specifically for drugs unapproved in the EU. While the number of patients who can access psilocybin through this pathway is likely to be limited, the potential for this program to be more accessible and affordable is certainly worth monitoring. The significance of BfArM's decision should not be overlooked, as Germany joins Switzerland in allowing certain European patients to access psilocybin when other options have been exhausted. The combination of Swiss engineering, German efficiency, and process focus could enhance the legitimacy of psychedelic medicine both within the EU and internationally. We eagerly await the valuable real-world data that this program may generate, and will continue to cover the story as it unfolds. Stay tuned for more updates.